What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video. And in this one, I want to talk about a topic that has a lot of Patriots fans curious and even some Patriots fans mad. And that is why the New England Patriots did not draft a linebacker at all throughout the 7 rounds in the 2022 NFL Draft. Now, a lot of people feel that heading into free agency and even heading into the 2022 draft that one of the most important positions for New England to address was the linebacker position. Dante Hightower, obviously a free agent. New England, at this current time, not so interested in bringing him back. Jamie Collins, you let him walk. He's currently still a free agent. You let Kyle Van Noy go. You just straight up cutted him. You trade Chase Winovich, and then today you released Terez Hall. Now, interestingly enough, the Patriots did not just avoid targeting a linebacker in the draft, they avoided targeting a linebacker even with their UDFA pickups. So with that being said, New England is obviously very, very comfortable with the linebackers that this team has. There were very, very good names on the linebacker market in this draft. From rounds 1 to 7, this was just a very good overall linebacker class, but even in rounds 1 to 3, where there is starting potential, at 21, where New England originally was before trading with the Chiefs, they were at a position where they really could have taken any linebacker that they wanted to. Quay Walker was still on the board. Devin Lloyd, who's considered the best linebacker in this class, still on the board for the Patriots at 21 if they would have decided not to trade down. Even in the second round, when the Patriots traded up to the 50th overall pick for Tyquan Thornton, no linebackers had gone off the board at that point into the second round. Troy Anderson was still on the board. Nick Bonito was still on the board. Heading into round 3, early round 3, even a guy like Brian Asamoah was still on the board. I mean, the third round is really where these linebackers started more so to fly off the board. You know, Christian Harris, Chad Muma. Even a guy like Nakobe Dean, who a lot of people expected to go in the first. The Patriots also passed on 2 guys in the third round, well past their pick, on Channing Tindall and Leo Chenal, both picks that a lot of people projected going to the Patriots because of that scheme fit. Now, I'm somebody who personally didn't love the idea of the Patriots going linebacker in the first round. I really didn't think it was needed. At the absolute highest, I believe that second round is where they should have gone, but that's at the absolute highest. I thought that they'd probably pick up a linebacker maybe in the mid to late rounds, but they didn't even do that, and it surprised me even more when they decided not to even select one linebacker as a UDFA pickup to see the potential and the potential and the development of one of those guys. Now, essentially why I believe Bill Belichick and his coaching staff decided not to go linebacker is because, honestly, I don't think it was as big of a need as everybody was hyping up. And I told you guys this for really the entire offseason, is that I just don't see linebacker being this top 3 need that everybody is saying that it is. The thing with this Patriots linebacker core is not that it's bad. It's not that they needed new bodies, they needed a number 1 guy. It's that it's this one word, that one word being unproven, okay? These guys are young. They have a lot of young guys in the building right now, and they're unproven, so you don't know what you have. You don't know if you have starting potential. You don't know if you have that number 1 linebacker or if you have just a bunch of, situational guys coming in. But the only way to find out is to play these guys. And I think it's kind of funny, too, that a lot of Patriots fans are saying, play these young guys. You're drafting these guys, but you're not giving them the chance to play. But then you're saying, hey, go ahead and draft a linebacker high when you have all these linebackers on your depth chart already that you just have to give the chance to and see that development of. You look at these linebackers for the Patriots: Mack Wilson, Anthony Jennings, Cameron McGrone, Jawan Bentley, Raekwon McMillan, Jelani Tavai, Harvey Longy, and then obviously you have guys too like Matt Judon, Josh Uche, and Ronnie Perkins, who are mainly edge defenders but can play some linebacker if need be. Now, I will say bringing back Jawan Bentley I thought was an excellent move by the Patriots. Some people were on and off the boat on that one. I thought it was an excellent move. The Patriots get their leadership in that linebacker room. You get your starting middle linebacker, and it's still your classic Bill Belichick thumping down the hill leading linebacker in Jawan Bentley. So I love that move. but every other guy I listed on this list is really just unproven. But one thing the Patriots said they wanted to do defensively, especially at the linebacker position this offseason, was to do two things: get younger and get faster. These are two things that Patriots fans have been just beating at the door for the longest time, for the Patriots to stop going with these old, veteran, slow linebackers, and that is what the Patriots are doing here. You can only have so many linebackers on your team. You can only have so many players on your team. If you stack a certain amount of players at one position, how do you expect all those guys to get an actual chance at playing, to be able to prove what they're genuinely made of? I mean, you draft a linebacker high and you're saying that a guy like Mack Wilson or Anthony Jennings or Cameron McGrone, Raekwon McMillan, Jelani Tavai, Harvey Lungi, one of those guys is not even getting the chance to show what they're capable of because they're immediately out the door getting cut because that linebacker room is now too big. Although this linebacker core is highly unproven, this linebacker core has a lot of potential, and the Patriots really did exactly what they set out to do this offseason with this linebacker core, to get younger and to get faster. Now, another reason that the Patriots essentially didn't pick up linebackers in this draft, and this is something Belichick said himself, is that he sees the trade for Mack Wilson and the addition of Cameron McGrone in 2021 as essentially rookies for this year, essentially as Belichick drafted them in this draft. Now let's remember that a guy like Mack Wilson was traded a player-for-player swap, a very rare player-for-player swap with Chase Winovich to the Cleveland Browns. He was originally a 5th-round pick at the linebacker position by the Cleveland Browns in the 2019 draft. You look at Cameron McGrone, who the Patriots selected in the 5th round also in the 2021 draft. The Patriots knew that he wasn't going to play in this upcoming season for 2021 because he had a season-ending injury in college. They knew that he was going to be part of the long-term future. He was going to be part of the 2022 season. So again, Belichick sees him as more of a pick for this year's draft, sees him as a rookie. So really, in Bill Belichick's eyes, although technically they didn't draft a linebacker in this year's draft, in his eyes, he made 2 additions. And he sees those 2 additions being made from this draft. He sees that he picked up 2 5th-round linebackers. You have your middle linebacker in Jawan Bentley. You have your other middle linebacker in Cameron McGrone, who the Patriots got a steal on last year because he was dealing with injuries. He's expected to be a fast guy with a lot of expectations put on his back. Raekwon McMillan was absolutely showing out as an outside linebacker. When the Patriots picked him up last free agency, he was doing excellent in camp before dealing with a season-ending injury. A lot of expectations are also put on him. The questions for Mack Wilson really are, hey, can the Patriots get better value and utilize him more than the Cleveland Browns were able to? I think that Mack Wilson is a better scheme fit for the Patriots than he was for the Cleveland Browns. I see the same thing for Chase Winovich. I think that he wasn't a great scheme fit here. He's a better scheme fit for the Cleveland Browns. And then the real question here is going to be for Anthony Jennings, who really only got a time to really shine, was only really given the opportunity his rookie year, where he didn't show out too much. With all the depth the Patriots had at linebacker this past year, he was given no time. Let's see if he can take that leap in his 3rd year in the NFL. A guy that played excellent in college, Alabama player, he still has expectations put on him. Now, real quick, I want to give a shout out to the sponsors of this video, betonline.ag. Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that baseball is back, and the start of the Major League Baseball season is finally here. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas, casino, and poker games. It is super easy to get started, so head to the website today or use your mobile device to join us using that promo code CLNS50 to receive a 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. But what are your guys' thoughts on this whole linebacker situation? And what do you think about the Patriots not selecting a linebacker in this year's draft? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video and subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. Like always, though, I appreciate you guys for watching, and go Pats.